Hello, welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 435. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a Tutor episode where we try to teach you something new.
What's up?
You ripped through that.
Baba, got it through. Mm-hmm. I'm a little tired.
Me too. But it was like, we just kept moving. So then I didn't feel I was tired until now that we were sitting.
I know, dude. That was the same. Like, I was fine. I ate and I was doing all right. And now that we're like getting up here, I'm like, I could nap.
And go take a after this.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, I like it.
Not a bad idea. Mm-hmm. Anyways, what do you got for us?
In general, or the topic, or what?
Up to you. You want small talk? You want to get into it?
Let's get into it.
Go for it.
Even though I wasn't here. I'm sorry I had to dip out on Friday, guys.
Sam was MIA Friday with baby.
Yep.
And you guys got to listen to me the whole time.
Yep.
I woke up the following morning sick.
Yeah, you did.
And it was miserable.
Yep. It was just so funny because Shaun was like, okay, let's podcast. And it was 10:30 and I just put baby down and I was like, and I was like, okay, let's just do it. Let's just try. I had a feeling it wasn't going to go well. And it didn't.
So was it after that I ended up going to do the roof? When was that? When did I go do that roof?
Before that. That's why it was so late.
Before that? Holy shit, nay.
Yeah.
Wow. That makes sense. What a late night,
yeah.
Huh? Jeez.
So yeah. That was crazy. But I've been trying to be better and improve myself, growth. So I've been listening to more podcasts lately. And one of the things that I've been seeing a lot of clips of is there's this channel called Jubilee, and they do a lot of things. So the one series...
Is it on Instagram, or where is it?
Jubilee?
Yeah.
YouTube.
Oh.
So one of their segments that they do is 20 versus 1. So I've seen quite a few of those. There's anti-vaxxers versus a doctor.
I pulled up YouTube, type in Jubilee.
Yeah.
Tim Dillon on Joe Rogan 3 days ago. Mm-hmm. And I am
jacked.
Excited.
Nice. So this one was 1 capitalist versus 20 anti-capitalists. And our favorite capitalist was the capitalist. Good old Patrick Bet David.
Yep. Patrick Bet David versus 20 anti-capitalists. This is sick. Oh my gosh, Candace Owens versus 20 feminists.
Ooh, that'd be a fun one to listen to.
Fit versus Fat with Greg Doucette.
Who's Greg Doucette? Show me a picture.
Guy on the left.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Rich versus... I've watched these.
I bet you've seen so many reels of those.
I have. Charlie Kirk versus 25 woke students.
I've seen some of that one.
Dude, Jordan Peterson versus 20 atheists. I heard he didn't do good on that.
Yeah. It's just so hard because it must be in California. Jubilee must be in California. So I think they get a lot of the very opinionated Californians.
Ooh, this would be good. Vegan versus meat eaters.
Ooh. So the hard thing about a lot of the political people is right now, we've talked about it on this podcast. You can't have different opinions. So many people are so hard one way and so hard the other way that they won't even listen. So that was the one shitty thing about this episode was nobody would even listen to what Patrick Bet David was saying.
Right, you are.
So many times, they would just talk over him. They were so rude. They would talk over him, or they would just not even, he would ask them a question and they wouldn't even respond to it. They would just keep going on whatever rant they wanted to go on. So that was the one, that was one pretty big shitty thing about it. But it was so cool because Patrick Bet David is a person to show that the system works, that you can change.
Yes.
Because Patrick Bet David came from Iran. Mm-hmm. So one, he's an immigrant. Mm-hmm. So that's already a really neat thing about him. Mm-hmm. And Iran, too, of all countries.
Right.
So he came from Iran, moved to California, or grew up in California, because he said when he was young, he worked at Haagen-Dazs.
Mm-hmm.
I keep wanting to say DQ, but Haagen-Dazs. And started working there, and now he's a multi-millionaire. And like, so it goes to show that he lived in poverty, knew he didn't want to be in poverty anymore, and worked his way up to now being a multi-millionaire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he like, his dad worked in a C-store. His parents split. He ended up joining the army.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to work at Bali's Fitness, I believe. Something like that. Yeah, I think it was Bali's Fitness. Went and worked as a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I think it was Bali's. I was working as a personal trainer, then got into life insurance. Then bought a life insurance firm, I think.
Yeah.
And then, phew.
And now his valuetainment.
Yeah.
A whole bunch of cool stuff. And so he was just such a good person to be on there for it, because he is such a positive person. Because he's like, I came from poverty and I am successful.
Right.
So he's like, so you can too if you change. And it's just like, he believes everyone can do it, which is so neat.
Yep.
And he's also like understanding like success is different depending on people.
Right.
That was one of the last things in this YouTube video was people talking about like successful or whatever, and he's just like, well, you don't have to be a millionaire to be successful. And the one guy's just like, yes, you do. And he's like, no. He's like, I have friends who make $120,000 a year. They have a wife, 2 kids, and they're happy as can be. And he's like, they are successful. And he's like, no, you have to be a millionaire to be successful. He's just like, no.
That's dumb.
So that's what I thought was interesting about that. Like, the one anti-capitalist was like, you have to be a millionaire to be successful.
I'm actually interested. Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Which is probably why so many of them were are so against capitalism, because they think to be successful is such an extreme.
Sure.
But it's really not.
No, it's not.
I mean, you have to define successful in your own way.
I try to think about who I know that's successful. I think I know some folks.
Okay.
Just trying to think. I'm trying to think about it in the realm of like, because to be successful, I would think you would want to not have to worry about money.
Right.
You got to have that, right?
Right, yeah. I would say like some type of financial freedom.
Yeah. Yeah, I would think so. Anyways, I was just trying to think of like who I knew that didn't have like the money, you know, as far as like, because I know some folks with money. Mm-hmm. Some folks with money. And they would be like successful. And I'm trying to think of who I know that doesn't have money like them, but has similar like attitudes.
Yeah.
You know,
mm-hmm.
Some of the successful folks I know are extremely upbeat and happy. Mm-hmm. Some of them are, I think almost everyone I know with money's happy.
Yeah.
Or like upbeat, outgoing. Most of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple that aren't, but most folks are.
Mm-hmm.
They're like positive, happy folks.
Yeah. So the 2 things that I wanted to bring up about this video,
okay,
that I thought would be interesting to discuss, was 1, where did the generation get the idea that we should be given everything and not have to work for anything? And the second idea is, oh my God, where'd it go? Shaun, what did I just discuss with
victimhood?
Victimhood, thank you. Oh my goodness. Getting out of the victimhood mentality. So we'll go off the first one of where did we get this idea that you shouldn't have to work and you should get everything free. So most of the people on this panel of 20 people were probably between the ages of 18 and maybe 40.
Okay.
They all, I believe, live in California,
Sure.
from what it sounded. The couple that did say they were all from California. They all talked about how they wanted either socialism or communism. And they think that everything should be a pool and we should have, like, basically all the money should go to the government and then they should give out everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So how we got here, I believe, is a couple different ways, right? So one of them is going to be 10th place trophies and participation awards.
Yep.
I think that, is bad. I think that's really bad. I think because what that does is, and it's something that's always bothered me. It's like, I remember when I ran cross country, I sucked. Okay. But I'd still get a ribbon, and the ribbon would say like 24th place. And I'm like,
why does I get a ribbon?
I don't even fucking want this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want this because I look like a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? And my whole goal was to get like a true ribbon. Like, I felt if you were in the top 5, you should get a ribbon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you're top 5. So it ended up taking me my 8th grade year. I started placing in the top 10. And I'd get some ribbons, and I'm like, that's fine. But until I get top 5, I don't feel like whatever. And so I finally got, I think, like a 5th place in one of my races, and I actually got a ribbon. And I'm like, hey, fuck yeah, I deserve this shit, you know? And it was cool for me because I was always a fat little kid, or chubby little kid. I wasn't like fat, but I was a chubby little kid, and they nicknamed me Santa on the cross country team. And so then to get and actually place top 5 was like, fuck yeah. But anyways, point being is like, why the fuck was I getting a ribbon?
At 24th place?
A 24th place, whatever. I was in like, I'd always place in like the 20th, my 6th and 7th grade. It's like, it's stupid. And then to this day, dude, folks are like, they go on their fun runs and stuff. And I do that stuff too. And then folks are like, well, I gotta get my medal, gotta go get my medal. And I'm just like,
I think we have some around here somewhere.
No, we for sure do. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We for sure have them because we do, run the races or do the things and you get the medals. And it's just like, but why? It's just rewarding you for showing up.
For just completing it.
Just completing it.
Which, I mean, some things like a marathon, yeah, that's cool that you completed it. But you don't need a medal to show that you completed it.
Right. Yeah. The thing with it is, for me, is like, I really believe in like showing up and doing your best sort of thing. You're like, it's like the marketplace, right? So I don't get rewarded for just being a regular construction company. Like, unless I'm one of the better companies. Well, I guess how am I trying to say this? You should be striving to be better, to do better, and to like not necessarily earn more, but like be the best version of yourself, right? And so that might not mean that you're in the top 5 or top 3 or the best.
But if you put your all in,
right,
and you got 8th place, you should feel so good for yourself. Like,
if that's like, if that's everything you gave,
yeah,
that's awesome, right? And so I guess what I'm getting at with this whole thing is like the socialist mentality or the communist mentality where everything goes in a pool. There's not going to be an incentive to do more. And so like, I got the same ribbon at 24th place as I did at 5th place. It was just different number on the ribbon. It was the same ribbon.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so
Like, what's going to push you
Yes.
to work hard to get 5th when you can get the exact same reward at 24th?
Right.
There's just no, especially with both of those, socialism and communism, there is no incentive for working harder.
Correct.
For doing your best, nothing. Like, it's just a way to keep everyone average.
Keep everyone average and like really like tank a society because no one's innovating and trying to be better and do more and do. It's just like.
Well, it was the thing that like got me was so many of these people are young, so they have time to like, right, go to school and get good jobs, and like if they're in poverty, like they say, then they should be able to go to college for free.
Right.
Like there's so many grants and scholarships and all this shit out there. So there's that. So there's an easy way for them to improve themselves already by getting a degree.
Yeah.
For certain fields. I mean, they could even go to the tech school and get something.
They could just fucking learn. They could just learn sales.
Right. And so there's all these opportunities, but they don't take up any of those. And like the fact is, you have to put in the work, right, to get a good job at a good workplace that offers good benefits. So then, like, you could have the good health insurance. You can have, like, the 401k
right.
input.
Match.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And to have all those. But instead, they're just like, no, I want to go work at McDonald's, and I should be getting the same benefits. I should be getting free health care that I don't have to pay for, and whatever.
The other, I mean, one of the people were like, well, minimum wage, like your minimum wage should be based on like what it costs to live in your area. And if you have kids, like your wage should go up so you could support your kids. And I'm like, fuck that. Your wage should be based upon your production. Yeah. Like you come work for me. I don't care if you fucking decided to nut in someone 4, 5, 6 times and have 5 fucking kids. You think I give a fuck you did that? I ain't going to pay you more because you wanted to throw your yoke, dude. What? I'm going to pay you more if you produce. Right. That doesn't even make no fucking sense. Right. I pay you more because you make life choices. Get the fuck out of here. I'll pay you more if you do a good job.
Right. Like you have to make up for someone else's consequences.
That's right, dude.
Like that doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense. That's how fucking stupid people are. And then, you know, it's the same thing like, oh, minimum wage should be more. No, you should increase your skill set. If you think you should, like if you're 25 years old and you think minimum wage should be raised because you don't want to increase your skill sets to quit being a fry cook at McDonald's, no. Make minimum wage. As a fry cook, you're an idiot. That job is for a kid, you know, or I mean, someone with like disabilities or something who that's their only option. And that's all right because typically those folks are getting supplemented from the state anyways.
You're right.
But like, dude, increase your skill set.
Oh my gosh. One of the other things real quick that I didn't think about, so for the last 10 minutes, Patrick got to pick one of the 20 people to just debate for 10 minutes. So he picked the very first kid that went up who said he was actually a huge fan of PBD, but doesn't like believe in all the same things, which I thought was interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
So they started talking about Social Security and how, like Patrick asked, like, what was Social Security like initially for? Like, what was the initial idea for it? And it was at the age of 65, you would start getting it as a supplemental income to your pensions.
Correct.
Well, the average lifespan when this started was
71.
61.
61?
61.
And you start collecting it when?
65.
What?
Yeah.
Most folks were already dead?
Yes. So when Social Security started, it was only like, I want to say he said 54,000 people that were withdrawing from it.
This sounds like a fucking scam.
Right. But it was supposed to just be supplemental income to your pensions, because I'm sure the pensions were structured in a way that you would get a good enough chunk of it before you were 61, because they probably figured that like most people, the average lifespan is going to be 61. So I'm sure like they had to have tapered them off or something.
Sure.
After a while. I guess I don't know what retirement age was back then.
I mean, they
probably never retired, actually.
I didn't think they did.
Yeah. But so Patrick's whole thing was just like, the system is flawed because of everything is completely different now.
Right.
Your average lifespan is now like 74.
76, I think.
76. People are retiring at, I think it's now 67 is what you can draw, or 65 still.
65, I thought.
Is it? And so now there's a ton more people pulling from that. Mm-hmm. But it's also supposed to be supplemental income, not your sole income. Like, you're supposed to make sure you're taking the right steps to either have a pension, to have a 401k, to have rentals, to have something like as your main income, and then Social Security is supposed to only be supplemental.
78.4 years now.
Oh, damn. That's fine. So that's like something that like I didn't really think about, is like Social Security is not supposed to be something for people to just solely live on. It's supposed to only be supplemental.
I think it is 67 now.
I thought they bumped it up.
Full retirement age is 67.
Mm-hmm. But then also the kid was going on about like, oh, are you telling me you should make your grandma still have to go work and blah, blah, blah. And in my mind, I'm like, they should keep going to work, because if they don't, then their bodies are going to degrade and their minds are going to degrade so much faster.
I also, don't get me, I'll go on that all day. Absolutely. But you know what else I think? I think Social Security should not exist. I think you should be responsible. Mm-hmm. And if you're not responsible, there's going to be consequences for your fucking actions. Mm-hmm. And you know what? You reach 67 and you decide not to save since you were 25, 30 years old, and you decide to party and fuck off and live paycheck to paycheck. Good. Mm-hmm. Fucking live in poverty. Mm-hmm. Die.
Yeah. So
don't be fucking stupid, dude.
Right. 100%.
Don't be stupid. You did not. And so you know what then? Lean on family. Maybe you have some family you can help out. Hey, I'll do X, Y, and Z if whatever. Or maybe you made such a big impact on your family that they'll help you out with shit.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, good. Or some friends or whatever. Maybe the community.
Yeah.
But if you decide to fuck off, it ain't my fault that I got to pay for your ass.
100%. And so another thing that was interesting about this whole thing is so many of the people brought up how we should be socialist because don't we care about the greater good for everyone? You and I have been a part of that system. People abuse that system. I understand so many of these programs and stuff are designed to help like veterans that are disabled, or like the mentally like handicapped, like severely mentally handicapped. Like, there are people that do need the help, right? But we know people. You can fake schizophrenia.
Uh-huh.
You get schizophrenia, you can live purely on Social Security.
Okay.
So
yeah.
The issue with this whole like socialism stuff is just the fact that sure, you can say it's all for the greater good of the people. There's always going to be people that abuse it. And people are going to have to learn the hard way that it's not for the greater good.
This is kind of what it's like. When if you've ever smoked cigarettes or like chewed tobacco or drank or eat sweets, like if you're a daily fucking sugarholic like myself, and you try to wean yourself off, you don't just go cold turkey and say, nope, you cannot have it. Okay. You go, oh, well, maybe I'll just have a cigarette a day. Maybe I'll just have one sweet a day. I'll just have one drink a day, or I'll just drink on weekends. I'll just drink on weekends. Okay. How's that work out for you? How successful are you with that? I'm going to tell you right now, if it's not a cold fucking hard no, you're going to struggle because you keep that pack of fucking cigarettes in your damn nightstand. I'm telling you, you're going to end up having more than fucking one a day. Okay? Because you just are. You might do good the first day. You might do good the second day, but then you're going to be like, what's two? What is two?
What if I only have 2 today? I'll go back to my 1 tomorrow.
It's just today. Yeah. You look at these folks and you go, well, we just need to put in better strict policies. Okay, sure. How much oversight is that going to take? Because this is what I know. I know folks that didn't get married so that the mom could look like a single mom and get food stamps, housing assistance, utility assistance,
childcare assistance,
all that shit, not getting married. Excuse me? The fuck?
And let me guess, the dad's on the birth certificate.
Yeah, and lived with them.
Shocking.
Yeah. I see shit like that. I see I am so pro. Everyone knows this. I am massively pro stay-at-home mom. I'm massively pro a husband going out and working hard. Okay? We know that. And similar to taxes, if the system's there, use it. I'm not. That's if you're allowed to do it, do it. You know what I'm saying? I believe that. This is why it needs to end cold turkey. Because when you can write off a lot of your income and show a loss, we know folks, fucking firsthand, many folks, we used to live next to folks like this, that show a loss. So they get food stamps and they get assistance and they get all this stuff. And you go over to their house and you're like, why do you got all the best snacks? Oh, how you got packs of cigs? You know what I'm saying? You show a loss, only one of you works, but you're always smoking. How? You know what I'm saying? It's shit like that. It's like, oh, you're driving a pretty nice vehicle. How? How come you're driving a nicer vehicle than me? Oh, because you get everything I listed off before. I'm not knocking it. But what I'm saying, that's why that shit can't be a thing. Because it gets fucking abused.
100%. It always will be.
Always. And that's the same issue with taxes. All the bullshit hoops you got to jump around to with taxes to get to get lower taxes. No, just do a flat tax. Quit all this bullshit. Quit all these fucking lolly-la hoopty hoops. Just flat tax. So anyways, I think the whole reason all this happened, education system. I believe public education is why we've gotten so programmed to look at socialist, to think that socialist and communist like regimes or whatever
are good.
Because like that's where you're learning it. That's where you're being taught it. That's why so many radical kids, right out of high school and college have these crazy beliefs, is because they've been taught it for the last 15 years in a public school. What schools are Republican?
Maybe private ones.
Maybe some private ones.
So on to the second point real quick, about victimhood. So on PBD's actual podcast, they were kind of going over his Jubilee interview. And one of the things Tom said was that all these kids are hiding behind their victimhood blankie. And as soon as you take the blankie away, then they just completely shut down. Because just about every single person that PBD talked to or debated, he would try to offer them something. So a couple people he offered jobs to. And the one guy was talking about how he lives in poverty and whatever. And PBD is just like, okay, I'll offer you a job. And the guy's just like, well, I need to know what your company stands for. And he's like, oh, so now there's stipulations. Because the guy had mentioned how he had applied to 470 some jobs and was never offered a job and blah, blah, blah. And PBD's like, okay, I'll give you a job. And then he's like, well, what are the stipulations? I need to know what your company stands for, blah, blah, blah. And PBD's just like, well, you were just told me that you applied to 477 jobs and nobody offered you a job. Well, that's why you're being picky.
That's right.
But he wants to live in his victimhood blankie of I live in poverty.
Right.
He doesn't actually want to improve himself. He doesn't want to actually better his life and his family's life or anything.
Right.
He wants to live in that victimhood mindset forever.
100%.
And that's how all of them were. One dude, this makes me chuckle. He went by Caitlin. Long ginger hair, very white. Didn't dress like a woman. Just maybe his name's actually Caitlin. I don't know. Talks to PBD and says goes like, do you even know what it feels like to be on a bus and someone just punches you in the face because of how you look? You're talking to someone who's Middle Eastern and lived in the United States during 9/11.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So he probably does know.
I bet you he knows way more than the fucking white ginger dude.
Right.
Way more.
Right.
Damn. And PBD came back and was just like, you don't think I know? I am Middle Eastern living in the United States.
Right.
I know discrimination. And I was like, that was the wrong person for you to say that to.
What an idiot.
100%. 100%. And as soon as PBD said that, I think it got red flagged out pretty quickly after that.
Oh, is that what if they raise the red flag, that means kick them out?
So I don't know so that's another part of the interview. So everyone else has a red flag. And at one point when you want the person to be done, you lift your red flag. And I think when the majority lift the red flags, then they kick them off.
Oh, dude, I thought the red flag up was pro-communism.
No. That's how all of the 20 versus 1s are.
I had no idea. That makes way more sense.
So I don't know if that's if everyone around is just like, oh shit, he's getting stuck in a corner, red flag him out. I don't know.
Neat.
But so every single one of the people that PBD talked to had some type of victimhood mindset that they were hiding behind. And anytime PBD offered to get them to solve that victimhood of theirs, they would completely shut down.
I love that. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say something funny before we talk about victimhood.
All right, we don't have a whole lot of time.
We got 3 minutes. Technically -1, but that's fine. Matt and I went to a quite liberal coffee shop. Mm-hmm. You folks know me. I do not judge. If it's good coffee, I'll be there. Mm-hmm. I don't care how weird you are. If it's good coffee, I'm there. So Matt and I go get some good coffee, and I got a sandwich. Or I got a burrito. Sam got a sandwich. Anyways, get up to the counter. I'm ordering, and I'm like, Matt, what do you want? And Matt's like, I'll take a pumpkin spice latte. And I was like, wow, you are a... And I stopped at A because it registered where exactly I was. Mm-hmm. In front of me was something. A few feet away was a tranny. Everything else in here, there ain't nothing normal about no one in here, right? And I was like, you're a fellow. I will take a... And then I ordered my drink. And I caught myself.
Good call.
I caught myself. And Matt is just shit grinning.
He knows what you were going to say.
Because he knows what the hell I'm about to say. So I go sit down and I'm like, bro, do you know what you said? He's like, oh, I know exactly what you were going to say. So anyways, I didn't feel like getting my drink spit in or kicked out of the damn coffee shop for talking about gays in front of gays and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
So,
okay. Anyways,
victimhood. I think victimhood is just an excuse. It's just a good cop out. I think folks in today's day, like day and age, they look for a cop out. They look for a reason not to do the work. And victimhood is it. So, I mean, if you can blame it, instead of putting in the work to become a better reader, get an education, or go work for a company and work up the ladder, work hard, show up early, work late, in the afternoons, read more about your career, what you're doing, the next steps, reading about leadership and sales and shit like that, right? Instead of doing all that, because all that takes a lot of work, wouldn't it just be easier to be like, well, I'm black and that's why I fucking can't do it? You know, I'm a woman, so I don't get equal rights. You know, shit like that. Isn't that easier than fucking putting in 15 hours of work a day?
Yeah.
It's just a cop out, dude. And
100%.
so I think so many folks who just like drop shit like that, who are like, well, I can't do it because of, you know, because of the world and because people judge me and because people are racist or sexist or whatever. It's just a cop out so they don't have to do the work. I think that's all victimhood is a cop out.
100%. And it goes back to the not wanting to work to get good things. So they want an excuse, a poor me, so they can get everything for free.
That's right.
And it's just something that I think is so interesting is in these victimhoods too, they like to include other people that aren't in them, they're not them.
Okay.
So multiple people on this brought up single mothers.
Okay.
Not a single one of the
them
people was a single mother.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. Yeah. Interesting.
How many times have you seen the interviews of white people saying well, we can't require IDs for voting because the minorities, they don't know how to get their IDs. They don't have IDs.
Right. Meanwhile, black people are like, you go to the DMV, you fucking idiot.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's something interesting with the victimhood is just they also include other groups that aren't them.
That aren't them or aren't there to support themselves or whatever.
And they have no clue what they're talking about.
Right. Yeah, that's a really good point. And then the other, so it's a huge excuse. Number two, people like to tie themselves to a community. So they want a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
And so their community is the victim community.
Because they're the loudest ones.
Right. Their community is all the trans people or whatever, that don't feel right in their skin. They've never felt right in their skin. Yeah. So I think it is.
Yeah. I don't know. So the two things that I think you guys should get out of, I would highly recommend watching it. It's very interesting. I mean, I learned some capitalist and non-capitalist things, which was cool. So yeah, the two things, get out of the victimhood mindset.
Yes.
Get out of it. Second thing, you obviously have to work to get good things.
Yes.
All of our ancestors worked their lives away to just survive. But also, if you don't work, what are you going to do all day?
Mooch off the government.
Doing what? Playing video games all day?
Watching TV, sitting on your phone.
Jacking off?
Games.
What?
Yeah.
I would, even being part-time a stay-at-home mom, some days it drives me crazy. I'd rather go to work than just sit and do nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I love watching my kid.
Sure.
That is a job in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, if there's times where I'm doing nothing, I would rather be working.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want people to think I don't like being a stay-at-home mom.
Sure.
Yeah. So those are the two things, the two big things I took away from that is you need to work to get good things.
I think working's good.
Working's good for you.
Working's good. And it doesn't have to be at a job. You just have to be doing shit.
Yeah, because a stay-at-home mom is a job.
It's a job, especially if you take care of the house.
Yeah.
That's not... dude, I remember growing up, we'd go to some friend's house whose dads did well, and the mom was a stay-at-home mom. But the kids had gone to school. You know, the kids were in school and whatever. You go there. Their houses were fucking spotless. Spotless.
I could only imagine, dude.
Food was always ready. Anything you needed. And I was just like, whoa. There was not a fucking toy out, dude. There was not dust on the fan. Dude. You know what I'm saying? Big houses, because they good money. 3,500 square foot houses, spotless.
Dude, I could only imagine, like, I mean, we'll probably homeschool Lily, but like if I strictly was like a stay-at-home mom, like in all my downtime when she's napping, oh man, I would get some deep cleaning done.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, if you didn't have to worry about like working still, and doing shit, and all you had to worry about was the house and the kid, or the house and kids.
Yeah.
Think of what could get done. You know what I'm saying? And we went away from that in society because fucking Uncle Sam convinced us.
Yeah,
the narrative convinced us. Yep.
Just another snippet for you. 68% of all tax money goes to how did he describe them? Like programs for helping people, different things.
Apex, is that what it is?
I don't know. But it like 68% of tax money goes to just programs like Social Security, Medicaid, I'm sure probably veteran benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it is. 68.
But yeah, it's something to do with like it's a broad term that he called for all the programs that just help people or money.
Right.
Money that goes to people. Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Let's see.
Can you talk
Medicare, Medicaid, discretionary spent. Okay. No, interesting. Yeah. It's just what you said. Social Security, Medicare, and other programs that are just to help nothing. Just random shit.
Yeah, because I'm sure there's like FAFSA is part of that.
Yeah, all that
so
shit.
like student loans, like so literally like all of the programs that help people.
Right.
Food stamps.
Yeah. Damn, that's a lot of money. Mm-hmm. All right, gang. Thanks for tuning in. We got to get rolling. We'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.